We can't only be big companies can do as many extortionist things as big government. They just can't arrest you. That's why I'm more scared of big government. There is a book out called The Book of Nice. I'm holding it. Now, here's a question. Why do people cover their yawns? You ever think of that? Why do people tip their hat? Why do people say amen? There is this book. It's fascinating. You know, when did applause start? Did you ever wonder? I always wondered about that. How come people don't go oink oink? Why applause? How about blowing a kiss? Handshakes, high fives, the I love you sign. It's The Book of Nice. It's up at DennisPrager.com. The author is Josh Chetwynd. And Josh is a former reporter for USA Today, U.S. News and World Report. And its subtitle is A Nice Book About Nice Things for Nice People. I got to ask you, first of all, welcome to the Dennis Prager Show.
Thanks, Dennis. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you. Didn't you have to do a lot of research to write this book?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I'm very interested in the histories of things that are underdogs, and I've written a number of books. One of my previous ones was a history of sports and rec balls. Something you would think, okay, how can it be interesting to write about the history of the baseball or the football or more obscure types of items like that? And I just find it interesting, the things that we sort of take for granted in life, they're actually quite interesting when you delve deep into them. So when I have that kind of interest, it's very easy to spend the time researching it, which is a combination of interviewing lots of people and also going into, you know, previous sources, both primary sources dating back hundreds of years and things that are more recent. And Nice really resonated with me because it is truly an underdog concept that doesn't get...
By the way, you know what your next book should be? It should be The Book of Obnoxious. Oh, really? Like, for example, how did the middle finger become vulgar? And I mean it. It would be very interesting. You know, I'm happy you started with The Book of Nice, but the book of just a book idea for you, The Book of Obnoxious.
Thank you. I will definitely consider it.
Yeah. Well, let's begin with applause. You know how applause began?
Yeah. Well, I mean, applause was actually not necessarily the height or the pinnacle of appreciation or adulation going back to the Roman era. It was actually shaking the end of a toga, and applause was sort of a lesser action. And I think the most interesting story that goes behind the history of applause is that once it started to elevate into the highest levels of adulation, particularly in the theater, basically you got ringers to come in and give fake applause at theaters throughout, and particularly in France, it was very popular, and there was something called the claque.
What does that mean? You mean they would walk around with clappers?
Well, no, they would clap, but they would be hired.
I understand that. I'm saying, yeah.
Yeah.
So wait, in other words, the audience didn't, but they did.
Well, and the purpose for that was, and maybe this is the whole concept that Nice can be something that you know, other people will do if one person does it. The hope was that the regular audience would start to clap if these sort of hired hands, so to speak, would clap first. So you would have these sort of fake clappers come in and sort of try and, I guess, rile up the audience without actually pushing them or anything, but sort of, I think other people maybe feel, well, I should clap too if
is it is clapping universal now?
Pretty much, yeah. I
mean,
now you have it across.
It is amazing. That is, I'm sure that they had other gestures in other civilizations. The Book of Nice will continue in a moment. It's up at DennisPrager.com.